Hello guys, and welcome to my basic overview of using the McGraw Hill Connect system. This system can be used to deliver hybrid courses as well as online courses. And the course we're going to explore today is A&P2 Biology 2402.66. This is a current summer course of mine, and it's got the basic setups for the typical assignments I will use in Connect. So we'll go over how each assignment generally works. Now I'm going to switch over to the student home view to show you what a student would see in the class. You start off with the instructor image there and what it looked like and phone number and also the email address, probably the best contact for me, the book, and a few other topics about LearnSmart and other things. The main idea here is this page where you've got all your basic assignments. Now you'll notice you can see the due dates on these assignments, how many attempts are remaining, all kinds of information on this. Some assignments have this little clock beside them. These are timed. In this case, exam 1, you have 90 minutes to complete it. Exams will all have the A+ in blue. A+ in white will represent a quiz. You see a little globe, that's going to represent a web-based assignment. And any of these little papers represent homework assignments. Now in Connect, I've got each assignment set up for a certain point value, and at the end of the semester, however many points you have earned out of the possible is what your grade is. The LearnSmart Activities, you'll see these little brains are an adaptive learning software that adjusts to how well you're doing on them. I'll show you a view of these here in just a second. So let's kind of get started looking at a few of these. Typical web assignment. In this case, I've set up some video lectures for this class. It'll be helpful throughout the semester so it doesn't close until the end of the semester. When you click on any web assignment, you're going to get instructions that I've typed up for you that tell you all about what the assignment is and what I'm expecting of you. And then web links to these different places. In this case, there's my YouTube page. There's a YouTube page from another professor at a community college. There's Khan Academy's YouTube page, or Bozeman Biology. This guy's a high school teacher, but he's got a ton of videos covering a great number of topics in biology, including anatomy and physiology, as you see. He does an outstanding job. So all of these provide simulations to what lecture would be. You know, what you would be if you were sitting here in class and having the lecture. The disadvantage is you can't stop and ask questions. It's not near as dynamic, in my opinion, as a traditional lecture, but it's about as good as you can get online without doing something face-to-face with a webcam. So all of these will come in very helpful throughout the semester, and there is an assignment here with it that's more of a bonus. If we go back, but that's basically how any web question is going to work. The LearnSmart activities are adaptive. We click on one. You can do several questions throughout the day, and it'll give you different ones every day and let you explore what you know. You can see we got 8 items today. So you click on it and it'll shoot you a question about blood, like which prefix means many. So you'd have to go down here and go, do you really know this, or are you just guessing? We're going to say, yeah, we know this. And it gives you choices, and you pick poly, and hey, we got it right. So we're adding up points as we go. And you would just move on, the next question comes in. The 2 blood gases that are most important to homeostasis are, and you say, maybe well, maybe I know this. And you pick carbon dioxide and oxygen, and you submit your answers. And you're correct again, so you get more points. Now if you don't, you can give up and it'll give you hints, or you can click no, I'm just guessing, and it'll give you choices. And you say, okay, give up on this question, and it'll tell you what's wrong. Now if you do that option very much, what the system will do is kick you out and tell you what pages of your book that you should go read in order to learn about this topic. In this case, it's the ABO blood grouping system. So you can't really cheat the system. It'll tell you to go read your pages. It's pretty neat software. In questions where you, let's say, do poorly, like I just missed an ABO blood groupings question, it'll start giving you more about that topic until you get better at it. Very good for studying, very neat. In this case, I'm not counting them very high points. So they're only 100 points apiece, and I typically negate that points at the end of the semester. So these are more or less for study. And they're very useful if you want to spend the time with them. If we go back, you'll see interactive questions. And sometimes I'll have animations as well. The way an animation assignment would work is you'd have a video animation and then 4 or 5 questions about that animation. So they're pretty user-friendly. Let's take on some interactive questions. Typical homework assignment. When you click on it, it'll tell you, what you've got here, how many attempts you've got, information. Say OK. And then you've got a little thing here where it's just drag and drop. And these images are in your textbook. So you just drag over, say, one of these images and place it wherever you think it goes, and we'll mix and match them. You can highlight over the top, and once you're done, you would click Next and have everything finished. So you go to the next question once you've finished it, of course. And once again, this one's a drag and drop, so you'd go over here to where your Purkinje fibers are and, pick those out, which is down here at the bottom. I'm having a hard time getting there, but anyway, we'll just put it in the wrong place. And once you're done, it'll grade it and tell you that this question, here, you got wrong because it belongs further down here. So all these images can be found in the book. Let's see if we can find a different type of question. A lot of this is drag and drop labeling, arteries, veins. Some of these questions will be not drag and drop, but fill in the blank level. So far, all the ones I've come across are drag and drop. There's 26 questions total. I have to go through all of them. There's your pulse. Like I said, these are all pretty easy. You got your book set in there. You just go through them and fill them out. Just make sure you get it done correctly and take your time with them. There's no time limit on these assignments. Close that. Go back to instructor view or student view here. Interactive questions, like I said, will vary. The APR questions are images that come from the anatomy and physiology revealed. You also have an access code to this, which I'll show you in just a second. You've got an image here, and it's asking you, okay, what structure there is highlighted. And we're going to say that's the nucleus of a cardiac muscle. And then you just move on as you go. And then you'd go through and see what structure is highlighted here. Now this image comes from APR Revealed. You can find these images in the textbook, so as well as in APR Revealed. So you can look them up. You've got all the images, or you can just click on it and try it once and go from there. So you had 55 images labeled. These are actual images from a human cadaver, which are pretty cool. That's how the APR 3.0 assignments will go. The next we will look over is another web assignment, in this case staying current. Once again, web assignment, you get instructions that tells you exactly what to do, and then the links to go do this with. These are things you'd find out on the internet. The quizzes are going to be almost identical to the exams, if not identical in many cases. There will be a few changes, but not many. So if we preview the quiz here, you got 75 questions. Go back into it again. Let's try this a second time in the preview mode. Typically what a quiz is simply 75 multiple choice or fill in the blank questions. It's not timed. Questions are very similar to what you'll see here. Exam will be very similar to your quiz with the exception of it is timed. So if you go to the student home view again, you see the quiz, one attempt is no time limit there, and exam 1 there is a time limit. So some exams will be proctored where you have to take them in a testing center. They'll be timed, but you'll have to take them in-house, no book, no help, just like you would in regular class. Exam 1 is not proctored. You can take this at home with your book, with your notes, with Google, with whatever you want. You just got to make sure you know it well enough that you can finish it within the hour-and-a-half time limit. So that's a basic overview of how an online Connect course will go. The assignments can vary, of course, a great deal, but this is pretty traditional. For each unit, you would have web assignments, LearnSmarts, interactive questions, animations perhaps, images from cadaver dissections, and then a practice quiz and an exam. So that'll be basically how Unit 2 works as well.